up and running. Facebook doesn't seem to work. I don't know that I can see any comments this way though. I don't know, I'll have to figure that out once I can see if anybody actually comes in and watches. I don't know exactly how this thing works. I'm still trying to get a bead on that because I'm not going through any other software. I'm not used to running it this way. I can't. Oh, there we go. Okay, people can see me. Travis McPherson, hello. What's up? Oh, just driving back toward my my home in North Carolina from Florida. Had to go down and check on my dad. He's doing okay, so I'm headed back home. We're going to right now I'm going to drive up to Gainesville. I'm probably about 40-50 miles north of Tampa right now. Hello, Sissy. Rockzilla. I'm just north of Tampa right now by, I don't know, I'm up in the Ocala area, and I'm headed to Gainesville for a pickup, and then I'm gonna mosey over to 301 and get up to I-10 and hit the Jacksonville area and beat it over to I-95 and go north and head home. Looks like we might be getting into some rain, perhaps sometime soon. But I tried to do a live on Facebook, and hello Chuck. Tried to do a live on Facebook and that didn't work. I kept losing signal. Well, Sissy, if you want to tell me where home is, I'll drop by unless you're not there. Wouldn't want to spook your mom. But if you're around, I'll stop by. Oh, military coinage. I'm just, oh, 2 more weeks out? Okay. Well, I can't wait 2 weeks for you to come home, unfortunately. But I am in North Carolina. You come by my place anytime. I'll load you. I'd load you down with stuff. Hey, Carl. I just remembered and realized that I wasn't able to cancel my live stream for last night. It's today? No, tonight. Wait, what day is it today? Today's Wednesday, so it was yesterday. I didn't think about it, but I don't know if you guys were there or not, but I was not. I was basically not really much on Facebook, and I wasn't on YouTube at all during the period that I was gone. I kind of left in a hurry. Well, hello, Smoke the Comedian from Georgia. Where in Georgia? I might be driving through your area today. Hello, Otis. Yeah, I didn't realize until I was like down there, and I didn't think about not. Oh, you're in South Carolina? Well, I'll be in South Carolina sometime this afternoon. But I didn't think about my auction, having to cancel my auction, so it was still scheduled to be up there. I hope nobody showed up and thought I was going to be there, because I did say Sunday during the auction. Was it Sunday? Well, I'm missing my brain right now. No, it was Friday during a reveal. We were toward the end of the reveal, I think, and I had my dad's wife trying to call me, and I had other people trying to call me and trying to figure out trying to figure out where I was so they could tell me that my dad wasn't well. And basically I ended the broadcast, picked up the phone, called a couple of people, and went downstairs and started packing my stuff. It was about like that. So it was Tuesday. It was Tuesday's auction. That's what it was. because I worked Wednesday to get everything together, and then I left on Thursday, and I've been gone since Thursday, and now it's Wednesday and I'm headed back. That sounds right. Sounds plausible, so I think I'll stick with that story. Now I'm headed to pick up a whole bunch of stuff and head on up the road toward home. You're between Ocala and Daytona? Oh, well, then hi. You're straight out my my right window right now then, because I'm just past Ocala, and well, Daytona's up there somewhere. I am, well, you ought to know. See, now I'm 26 miles from Ocala. I'm not past Ocala yet. But I picked up a bunch of stuff while I was down south. I've already got about 100 pounds of coins with me, and now I'm about to pick up about, it's going to be roughly 14 roll boxes full. I don't know exactly what's in there, and neither does the person I'm going to pick it up from. We're both kind of guessing. Hey, Coin Junkie. We're both kind of guessing at exactly how much there is, but we'll figure it out when I get there. And I will be I'll be carrying it home, counting through it and figuring out what's there. Hey, Party Pickle. And then of course after that I'll have it available for sale. Figure out what I'm going to do with it and get it done. But forecast that I'll be running through some rain today. Just got a little cloudy on me, but on the other side of the clouds it looks like it's nice and clear out. Hopefully everything, works really well with this exchange, and I end up with a lot of really good stuff to sell. I bought a bunch of nickels this morning, hoping that there's some nickel collectors out there, but I picked up about 100, 150 gem nickels earlier, stuff from the roughly 1938 through about 1950. I picked up a couple of 50Ds, a bunch of nice, bright, shiny BU war nickels, and let's see, what did I get from my buddy who's a dealer down in that area. I picked up I'm going to say probably about 60 rolls, maybe 70 rolls. Oh, okay, Somerville. I think I've seen signs to Somerville. I can't remember exactly where it is though. But if my hunch is right on what I'm about to pick up, there are going to be a lot of rolls of stuff in the 20s, 30s, and 40s that's XF to AU stuff that's been put together by the roll, that I will be able to cherry some nice individual coins out of and sell some nice individual coins. And the rest of them will probably be all mixed together and put into early pound bags, because I like quality in my early pound bags. Hey Eric, you like Unk War nickels, huh, DRS? Well, I'm thinking about photographing a bunch of these and running them on lincolncent.com. Even though that's not a very conducive name to selling nickels, I think people will get used to the fact that there's more than just pennies on there if I start running more than just pennies on there. So I think I might list some of that and get more up there. I think it's about time for me to start filling that back up again. I quit restocking that store back when I was uncertain as to my direction with the auctions, and I didn't know exactly what I was going to end up doing with the auctions. So I stopped restocking Lincoln Cent. Here it is, years later, and I think I know where I am now. I think I know what I'm doing now. So I'll have to look into figuring out a good way that I can list a bunch of stuff in the store. Eric and I kind of have I guess half a conversation put together on how we can handle doing this. And so we'll see about it. But I've got a lot of toners. I've got a whole lot of inventory that make a really good inventory for LincolnCent.com. And I am in a rough patch of pavement here. I'll move over so I can see what I'm doing. I mean, so you guys can actually hear me. Cruising down the interstate at 72 miles an hour, 73 miles an hour. I have 52 miles to my stop. So it's not very far. I'll probably stop for about 2 hours and I'll get back on the road. I may create another live this afternoon when I get on the road and get up toward Georgia. I may create another live and get a later afternoon crowd to talk to. Maybe most of you will still be there, or some of you anyway. I'm kind of excited about the future of things and where we're going with things. I mean, we've got a really good synergy working together. Eric and Brian and I, and I have some other people in the background working with us on stuff to help get things together. Libertad Silver, would it bring in more money graded? Maybe a little bit, not a lot. I mean, it's a bullion coin, it's a bullion ounce. And it's not going to be a bad thing to have it graded, but at the same time, I personally think there are better things to spend your money on. I did win a coin. I just happened to be in Florida at the time of my my old coin club's banquet. They have a Christmas banquet and a spring banquet every year. I just happened to be there for the spring banquet. They had raffle tickets for $1 a piece. And $1 a piece raffle tickets. I bought 20 of them, put $20 in, hoping to support the club. And I ended up winning this. Where's my camera? There it is. It's a 2022 silver Kruger end. So that's a full ounce of silver. That was kind of cool. I enjoyed that. It was very fun getting to hook up with some of my coin club people again. So how's everybody else? Are there any coin questions, anything related to Lincoln Cents that you want to ask, that you've always wanted to ask, that somebody could answer without photos? You ask me now. You've got my undivided attention. Absolutely undivided attention. Anything you want to ask about Lincoln Cents, and I'll see if I can come up with an answer for you from my little itty-bitty head. My memory banks as they are. Eric, did you get those 2 other RPMs listed? Am I still live? Hello, hello, hello. Is anybody? And then there. Hello, hello, hello. There we go. None. No questions. You got those listed? Okay. No further questions, Your Honor. Nobody has a question? Not even one. Oh, cool. All right. Then I have a question for you. So, okay. Am I on Whatnot app? I think that's the name of an app. Whatnot or What's Not? No, I'm not. Thank you, Coin Junkie. I don't mind having questions that put me on the spot when I'm in a period of boredom as now, because I can watch traffic and answer questions. but it's actually a nice day. It's a little too warm, but it's a nice day. I mean, it's probably over 80 degrees. It's 77, so it's not that bad. Maybe it's just humid. Maybe that's what it is, just the humidity. Or maybe it's just that I'm in Florida. I would prefer to have weather like this at home than in Florida. Maybe it's just me. Where am I at the moment? I am on I-75, 14 miles south of Ocala, 52 miles from Gainesville. Well, I'm not going to tell you it's such a bad thing to buy it for $82. I mean, I don't know what the market on stuff like that is, but having them graded, I wouldn't do. Buying them graded is a different story, but I thought your question was, should you send it in to have it graded? Answer, no. But buying one that's MS69 might be a different story altogether. Yes, I can chew gum and drive at the same time. However, I do not chew gum. But, yes. Good gosh, what is going on? Hello, Kelly Ray. Do you live? I thought you lived in Zephyr Hills. I'm already past Zephyr Hills. Oh, Chief Stacker. Can somebody get rid of that Russian thing? Somebody pull that out. I got a whole bunch of... Yeah. Whatever that is. I can't do anything about it right now because I'm driving. Thank you. I appreciate it. No, Chief Stacker, I'm going to be going through the Jacksonville area later on this afternoon. It's my plan to take 301 up through Stark and probably stay on 301 into Georgia so I can loop around Jacksonville. The thing about sending things in for grading is I really don't like the idea I really don't like the idea of sending things in for grading if you don't know how to grade them yourself, because you could be wasting a lot of money. Your best bet is to learn a little bit about the grading first, and here's basically the idea. You don't want to send things in with money for grading on a guess. You want to send things in with money for grading on a idea that you have something and confirmation that you do. But if you're just guessing, sending stuff in for grading is a bad idea, because I'm going to say probably 95%, especially of all the Lincoln cents and other pennies out there, 95% are not worth the fee that it takes to grade them. Yeah, I'm on my way back north now. I've got a stop coming up in Gainesville, and then I'm going to take 301 north through Stark and Georgia line, and meet back up on I-95 and head through Savannah on home. Oh yeah, my speed on 301 north. I always watch my speed on 301. I go on to 301 so I can actually just take a lazy drive. I-75 and I-95 tend to be really busy highways, so I actually prefer 301 because it's not a busy highway and I can just slow down, enjoy the trees, and take my time getting there. Because I'm an old man, I like driving like an old man. But I'm doing 75 now because I'm in kind of a hurry to get to Gainesville. I was supposed to try to be there by noon, and then we changed it to 1 o'clock, then we changed it to 1:30, and now I'm looking at a 2 o'clock arrival time. So I'm just kind of poking along trying to get there. Now, okay, so tell me how you pronounce that. Alachua. It's the name of the county that it's in. Is it, okay, give me a number 1 if it's Alachua, and give me a number 2 if it's Alachua. I heard about that, Joe. Don't even know what to tell you. Sometimes NGC just doesn't look at what they're doing. Okay, Sissy says it's Alachua. She's from Florida. Joe says it's Alachua, and he's from New York. So I think I'm going to go with Alachua. Yes, they do have a road that goes around Stark. I did that on the way down. I went all the way around Stark. And as I was doing it, I was thinking, wow, there's a town that's going to die soon. Because that's what happens when you put highways around towns instead of going through them. The little towns just die because, well, you pull the traffic away from them. The traffic is what kept them alive. I know there's an IHOP in Stark. No, I don't have my dad's dogs with me. I left them there for Dad. Okay, so it is a 1. I've got 2 1s to a 2, and the 2 is guessing. So I'm going to go with Alachua County, Florida. I don't know that I don't think I'm in Alachua County yet because I'm just now coming up to Ocala. Okay, Kelly Ray says it's Alachua as well. So I've got 3 people that say it's Alachua County. You've been in Jacksonville for 40 years? I don't know. I moved away for a year and a half. Okay, here we go. And then I moved away for, I moved away in, what was it, September of 19. And I've lived elsewhere since then. Honestly, I'm kind of glad to be out of Florida. Way too many people in Florida. I don't get to see these comments but for a few seconds. I know Travis said something. I can't see what he said. I need one more comment so I can see what Travis said. Let's see. Travis, give me a period or something so I can. Oh, here we go. I got a red book and I've gone through that, and here we go. Yeah, red book's not gonna help you with grading, unfortunately. Yeah, the only way you're really going to learn much about grading on coins that if you're looking at raw coins and you're considering sending them in for grading because you think they're high grade, what you need to do first is find a dealer, find a show, find some place that have a lot of high grade coins that are similar to the ones that you're going to be sending in. That way you can get some experience learning what the higher grades look like. One of my early experiences that I was very lucky to have was it was back in I'm going to say it was probably 2001, 2002. I was doing some part-time work for a coin dealer in Springfield, Missouri, and he just happened to luck into, and I don't know how he bought it or how much he bought it for, but he lucked into a full, I'm going to say what it is and then I'm going to explain it. It's a Super Monster Box. And basically what a Super Monster Box is it's one of the larger cardboard boxes. It's 5 rows that you put baseball cards in. And 5,000, I think it's 5,000 baseball cards will fit in one of those. And so each row is large enough for 1,000 baseball cards. Well, you can fit probably 50 or 40 or 50 slabs in one row, and this box was full of nothing but MS66 graded Lincoln cents. And I was also lucky enough that those MS66 graded Lincoln cents were NGC, PCGS, ICG, ANAX, and AccuGrid, so I could go through, and some of them were PCI as well, and it was all MS66 material. And so I got to go through and I got to look at what does each company consider an MS66. And after a period of 2 or 3 weeks of staring at that stuff and studying that stuff, I went to shows, going to shows after shows after shows after shows, asking dealers if I could look at their slabbed coins, and then taking a 10x loop, look at them, see what marks are on them, see what color they are, see everything that I could see about them. And then over a period of time, I learned what to look for in a high-grade coin to be sure that it's a high-grade coin. Let's see, how did I become a Steelers fan, a Dolphins or Bucks fan? Seems more logical. Well, I wouldn't be a Dolphin or Bucks fan anyway because I'm not from Florida. I only lived here for 10 years. I'm actually from Missouri, so a Kansas City Chiefs fan would probably be more accurate. Kansas City Chiefs or St. Louis Rams or Dallas Cowboys or something like that. But I became a Steelers fan back in the 70s when the Cowboys and the Steelers were meeting for the Super Bowl like every other Super Bowl. And my mom loved football and watched the Super Bowls, but she really didn't like the Dallas Cowboys. And she rooted for the Steelers every one of those years in the Super Bowl. And so I got to know who the players were, and I got familiar with the players on the Steelers team, and just really liked the whole approach that the Steelers put into football. And you had, Jack Ham and Terry Bradshaw and Rocky Blyer and Franco Harris and all those guys, Jack Lambert, and I really loved that team. And then as that team went through the years and they changed out this player, that player, that player, it's kind of, if you stay with something for a long time, as the old players retire and new players come in, it's I don't know, you just kind of get used to it and stay used to it. And I've just been a Steelers fan ever since then. So that's what brought me up a Steelers fan. I lived in Oklahoma for a long time. My dad used to go to Dallas to conferences and stuff. He'd bring home Dallas Cowboys posters for me. But I just never fell into the whole Dallas thing. I liked Roger Staubach and Tony Dorsett and those guys that were playing with Dallas back in the 70s and 80s. But come the 90s, when Dallas was winning a lot of Super Bowls with Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith and stuff like that, they were calling Dallas Cowboys America's team. And that kind of ticked me off, because I don't like anybody claiming that they're my team. And it's that because I'm an American, and I don't like you telling me that America's team plays in Dallas. That's just not for me. So I consider that a little bit condescending. And so all of the Dallas Cowboys fans out there, there's a lot of die-hard Cowboys fans, I tell you that for sure. A lot of people out there love the Cowboys, but they lose just as much as anybody else. So a reason to call them the best America's team, whatever. Well, Mr. Morrell, the Rams are not a bad thing, but I really, really like them where they belong in Los Angeles. I did not like them in St. Louis. I like the Rams being back in Los Angeles where I think they belong. But I'm still a Steelers fan. I just hope they find the right magical solution of an offense to put together with a good quarterback that will keep the Steelers rolling on the high side of a 500 season. Total gas cost for the trip? Well, let's see. I got a full tank before I left. Then I got a full tank in Georgia. I got another full tank when I got to Florida, and then I got another full, so I'm on 4 full tanks, and I got 1 more full tank to go, and so that's 5 full tanks at about $70 a tank, so that's about $350 gas cost. which typically a trip down here and back would be about 125, 150 bucks. So it's going to be over 300. I know that. All other things being equal, I would have chosen not to make this trip at this time. But, your father getting sick doesn't necessarily pick a time. Doesn't necessarily pick a good time. So there's never a good time for that. So, yeah, I just happened to come when gas is probably at its highest, because it seems like it's starting to work its way down. But the good thing is that I get 27 miles a gallon on the highway. The bad thing is that the gas is over $4 a gallon, so that's never a good thing. Gas in California is up to 6 a gallon, but 7 a gallon in some places, so I guess you've got it good at 6. The dog is feeling better. After I gave him a really good flea bath, he seemed to perk up immediately, and then I spritzed him down with that gel, or gel. It wasn't really gel; it was more like an alcohol stuff. But anyway, I put it in a strip on his back the other night. I looked this morning. The fleas are still not completely gone, but he's doing better. Next auction is going to be, let's see, what is today? Today's Wednesday. The next auction will be Sunday. I will do an auction Sunday evening. So there's that. There will be an auction Sunday, and there will likely be an auction next Tuesday. I need to catch up. Oil is down nearly 40 bucks from last Thursday. Well, yeah, it's one of those things that gas goes up like a helium balloon and it comes down like a feather. So it shot straight up, and then now it's kind of like just wandering its way down. Well, instead of sending a lot of money to the Ukrainians, I think we ought to be sending a lot of air support. I think we ought to go in with air support and call. I know it's a very dangerous thing to do, but I think we need to call Putin's bluff. If we sent air support in to take care of the boots on the ground from the air, I think he'd stop sending the boots on the ground, and I don't think he dares play around with us in the air. Because, heck, the Ukrainians have nearly killed his army. I know that NATO could easily kill his air force. Oh, it'll take it more than a month to go down. I think it's going to take the rest of this administration to go down, because the current administration is basically hell-bent to make sure that we don't have gasoline vehicles. So it's kind of like smokers, and how the smoking tax went up so high, and smokes are $6 or $7 or $8 a pack or whatever. Now you're squeezing out the people who used to be the smokers because, well, they can't generally afford to keep smoking. And so I appreciate that, Kelly Ray. Thank you. And so they did that in an effort to pay for the insurables that the states were having to pay for anyway because of the result of smoking. So they raised the tax on smoking so that they can take care of you when you get older or when you get sick. And then so here we are now, paying a really high price for gas because they want us in electric vehicles. They needed an excuse to move the price of gas way up, and they found it. And inflation overall has been going on since Biden took the presidency. Now, I'm not saying it's necessarily his fault, but I know a lot of it is. And the reason that we're involved in this whole Ukrainian war right now is definitely the fault of the West. The reason for that is because of the inaction that was not taken in Afghanistan. And Putin sees us as weak, and this is a very good time to jump when your enemy is weak. So, yeah, I didn't really mean to get that much into a political talk, but, well, yeah, not only would it be big money for China, but it would also be a huge waste. I mean, they're not thinking about the relatively short durability of those batteries, how much they cost to make, how much they cost to replace, and that's not going to get cheaper. And where are they going to put them? We're going to have landfills full of dead batteries, lithium batteries. That's not safe. But all in the name of taking gasoline off the market. Don't want to burn liquid dinosaurs anymore. Wait a minute. An auction on Great Collection Auction House. NGC